Everyone wants to be seen, but no one wants to suffer in silence. They don't realize the strongest ones are built when no one is watching. They didn't see you in the silence. They weren't there in the cold. They didn't watch you fail quietly, then stand back up again and again. They didn't see the mornings you woke up with nothing but the weight on your chest and the will to keep going anyway. They didn't hear your doubts, the ones that echoed louder than applause ever would. They didn't witness you wrestling your own weakness, not once, not twice, every single day, because your growth didn't happen in public. It happened in the dark, in the quiet, in the discipline that no one posts about. You were alone, training while no one cared, suffering while no one noticed, preparing while everyone else was busy pretending. They were celebrating mediocrity. You were forging mastery. They were chasing distractions. You were building foundations. You weren't built for attention. You weren't built for applause. You were built to endure, to carry the weight, to stand in the fire, to become someone the world couldn't ignore if it tried. Every day in silence was a seed. Every representative, every rejection, every broken night. And now, those seeds are growing into something they can't define. They don't understand your calm. They fear your presence, because it's not loud, it's not desperate, it's rooted. You were built in the dark, and now the storm arrives, loud, unpredictable, unforgiving. People panic, plans break, masks fall, but not you. You were made for this. This isn't chaos to you, this is clarity. This is what you trained for. The world asks, why aren't you scared? Why aren't you running? Why aren't you breaking down like the rest? Because you did all of that long ago, when no one was watching, when you were drowning in your own thoughts, when you had every reason to quit and not a single hand to hold you back up. But you didn't quit. You got quiet, you got cold, you got sharp. And now, when the wind rips through weak minds, you stand. When the noise drowns out their purpose, you stay focused. When the pressure breaks their voice, you speak with clarity, or not at all. Because your silence wasn't weakness, it was preparation. You weren't hiding, you were hardening. You weren't missing, you were molding. Now you walk into the storm like you were born there, because you were. Now they notice. Now they whisper. Now they wonder, where did he come from? How did he get so focused? Why does he feel different? And the answer is simple. You earned this. You bled for this in silence. You suffered for this without witnesses. You didn't become strong in front of them. You became strong without them. You stopped waiting for rescue. You stopped begging for clarity. You stopped playing a game that was never meant to be fair. And you did something rare. You faced yourself, your flaws, your fears, your laziness, and you crushed them piece by piece. Now they see a man who doesn't flinch, a woman who doesn't fold, a soul that doesn't panic when the pressure rises, but rises with it. You didn't rise by accident. You rose on purpose, because purpose was all you had left. Now the world tries to catch up, but you're no longer chasing. You're no longer proving. You are simply moving, quietly, relentlessly, powerfully. Let them be shocked. Let them stay loud. Let them fall apart. You were built in the dark, and now the storm has revealed you. The silence that shaped you is louder than their noise. The struggle that raised you is stronger than their comfort. And the pain that taught you is deeper than their praise. You're not here to be liked. You're here to be remembered. So step forward. Let the rain fall. Let the storm rage. Because you're not made of glass. You're made of grit. Final words. You were never weak. You were just untested. You were never lost. You were just building in silence. And now, they finally see. Now the storm shows them what was always inside you. Let them see. Let them wonder. Let them break. You were built in the dark. And now, you're revealed in the storm. Summary of all parts. Part 1. The building. The world didn't see your struggle. You trained in silence, bled in private, and built a foundation when no one was watching. You weren't made for attention. You were made for endurance. Part 2. The storm. Now the chaos comes, and you don't flinch, because you've already fought worse battles inside. You weren't caught off guard. You were waiting for this moment. Part 3. The reveal. Now the world sees what you built, but it's too late for them to understand, because you're no longer seeking validation. You're simply moving forward, built in the dark, revealed in the storm, and unstoppable from here on.